Hello, this is Professor Gavoor. I am delighted to be your professor this coming Quad A in fall 2020 in Marketing Channels and Supply Chain. Our course on Canvas, it has this graphic attached to it, which here is a face-to-face brick and mortar store on one side, and on the other side is a computer, and people are presumably shopping online or e-commerce. And that's basically what we studied in this class. If we were to look at the syllabus, here's a copy of it. And let's make it a little bit bigger. We meet in Mag 6, Mondays from 6:30 to 9:50. 4 of you are approved to take the class remotely. That doesn't mean it's a separate course online and all that. You still have to attend class, but you're not going to be in the classroom because you have concerns about loved ones or just coming to campus or whatever the case may be. But you have to join via Microsoft Teams. You will be marked absent if you're not on Teams, assuming we can make Teams work. So here's my information, my office number, which I will rarely be there, but my cell phone, text me if you want. But I really like Microsoft Teams. We're going to have a Microsoft Teams group for our class. Text me that way, and then if we need to speak, we can have a phone call that way and or a video call. I like to see your smiling faces. So the class starts Monday, October 24th. It goes to October 5th. There's my office, but I have office hours. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11:30 to 12:30, and Mondays from 2 to 4. But all office hours will be virtual because of this pandemic. I had a choice whether to teach online or face-to-face, and I chose the in-between, which is called hybrid. But luckily, for this class, we're in a room that's large enough, Mag 6, to accommodate, even in its socially distant, reduced seating capacity, all the students that want to attend. So I look forward to meeting with you on Mondays. If you read through it, you'll see the course description and some introductory comments. Basically, this course is almost like an unofficial senior seminar. I treat it that way. It's almost like the same format and structure as a grad course, which are all quad courses. A lot of discussion, paper, you presenting to me. After about 3 weeks, I present to you, and then the following 4 weeks, you guys present to me. And I haven't figured it out yet whether we're going to have teams of 2 or individual teams, but I will assign the companies that you will be responsible for. If you want to trade with others, that's up to you. I don't mind that, but I want approval of, I'm going to do the first mix. Okay, there's no book because this is happening in real time. The transformation from brick and mortar to e-commerce. And it's been amplified even more so by the COVID-19 pandemic, which we've all are currently still experiencing. So every time I teach this class, the emphasis is somewhat different just by the nature of the evolution that we're talking about. We'll explain what marketing channels are. We'll explain what supply chains are the first week and how this has changed. And I've even had experience looking in this past week in automobiles. That has changed dramatically because of COVID and is more done online, and the basic model has changed there. So I'll even probably prepare some slides on that. What is the structure of the class? Well, we have 7 weeks. First week we're going to talk about introduction to class, overview of retail, and I will give a presentation, which I'll show you where it is on our Canvas shell. I'll assign the teams and categories and companies. It's not there yet, but it will be by Monday. I may provide, sign a paper, which is an overview paper and literature on the company you're choosing. And since it's a team effort, you can do it together. And there's a discussion every week, and we'll talk about that. Discussions are worth 25. Papers are worth 50 points each. There'll be 3 of them. There'll be 7 discussions. There'll be 2 presentations, a preliminary one and a final one. And maybe I'm debating a 40-second elevator speech. We may do that. Comes out to 500 points. The policies, the same as in every syllabus. Don't cheat. Attend class. You missed 2 classes, and I'm putting an ears report for you. That is if you're online, and that is if you're face-to-face. It doesn't matter to me. You missed 2 classes, I'm putting in an ears report. That's a graduate class. You have to drop the class if you miss 2. I've got a few students in this class that are habitual non-attenders. Given the nature, after the spring term, when we moved all online, I have to be a little bit hard-nosed about this because people just disappear and then show up in the last week and, whoa, what can I do to pass? Well, I don't know. That I will be very accommodating for that. And if you've missed several classes, the most I will give you is a C. Not a C+, a C. So if you want a better grade, attend and do it. This is a fun class. You will learn a lot. So I don't mean to be all punitive about it, but this is a time, especially if you're trying to get a job after and graduate, and we're still in a pandemic mode, and companies are reluctant to hire maybe. I think the more buttoned up you are, the more prompt, the more prepared you are for the work environment, the better you'll be served in your job search. So why not start now developing those good habits? Makes me happy, and it will make this class a much more pleasant experience for yourself. Okay, so that's the syllabus. Read it in more detail. I'll assume you've read it before you get to class, and ask me any questions about it. So let's go back to, oops, sorry about that. That's one of the readings for the class. Let's go back to our home. When you click on the class, you'll come up here. You'll see general course information, the syllabus. And then I have safety protocols and behavior expectations for fall. And this is right from the North Park website. You can read it. You should be familiar with it. We're going to basically be following this in the classroom. My classroom is definitely no mask. You can't attend the class. Go get a mask, come back. We're in MAG, so they should have them at the front desk. And then there's information update for the fall. And there's another video that goes into this in more detail. But if you think you're someone that, oh, I don't want to attend class, and I think I'm going to use the COVID, and, oh, gee, I'm afraid for myself, I'm afraid for a family member, I'll just tell Professor Gavoor, and I don't have to come to class. That would be okay with me, but it's not okay with the university. You have to go through a process, and the process is here. Please contact Disability Access Specialist, blah, blah, blah. And then I don't see that they've disproved anybody, but that's the process we have to follow. The other video will explain it more. And then things you should be aware of before the first day of class with us and how I'm planning on operating. So here's the 3 things that I've kind of posted. And if you attend the class, I want you to sign the Viking Shield, even though I won't check. But it means you've read it. I want you to wear masks. Use the Campus Clear app, which you should be familiar with too. Clean your desk when you enter class, etc. It's all explained in the other videos, so I'm not going to go over it more. But read these things because I'm going to take it seriously. I don't want to get this thing. I'm, older and in a vulnerable population, yet I'm choosing to come back to school for 2 days, all day Monday and probably Wednesday till either 10:30 or 12:30, depending on how many meetings I have, if I have a meeting or not. Okay, the first week, we're going to go through this marketing channels and supply chain PowerPoint. If you've taken Professor Vollmert's Introduction to Foundations of Marketing class, you may have heard this presentation at some point, but if not, we'll refresh it and open it up to you guys. And I've got videos of it in 3 parts. So it's me talking again. So wow, that was really good, I want to listen to it again. You can listen to it again. The other thing my videos are really good for, if you can't sleep, watch any of these videos. You'll be asleep in a minute. Then there's a reading, COVID-related shortages. And we're talking about in this, we're going to open up in a second. You know, 2 things we had shortage on. One that you probably were aware of, the toilet paper shortage, which is long over. And the other one is the soda shortage because of aluminum cans. How can you run short of aluminum cans? Or people, we'll talk about this more in class and actually have a little discussion about it, both these. So there's about 14 pages of reading from the current press. I like to do that in this class because that's basically the textbook is the current business press. And then I haven't put paper 1 up, but discussion 1 you can start on. You can start reading that and answer these questions. Read this week's readings. If you can't find it, you can just click on it here, even though I just showed you where it was. Based on the readings in a lecture, comment on how mix and marketing channels contributed to the shortages in toilet paper and soda. Of course, hoarding contributed to toilet paper, not to soda necessarily. Post your first post by Thursday, and that's 15 points. It should be a couple hundred words. It should be 200-word paragraphs, basically. 3, you can make 3 paragraphs or 5. It doesn't matter, but I'm talking about a couple hundred words. You can't see anybody's post till you post yours. Then comment on at least 2 other students' posts on insights you gain from reading their post. So this is kind of an online discussion. We're trying to get you to read, think, respond, interact. Some people really get into it and post lengthy replies. And if you get into a discussion, a natural discussion where people keep answering back and forth, I love to see that. It's not a requirement. These are the main basic requirements. And I like to say this a lot. Have fun, learn something. All right. So I'll see everybody Monday night, either face-to-face or on my computer screen. And be on the lookout for a notification that you're in a Microsoft Teams group associated with this class. Thank you very much, and talk to you soon.